Bruce Lee was never afraid of fighters. Not boxers, not karate champions, not even men who were bigger, heavier, and physically stronger than him. People around the world still remember him as the fastest, most dangerous martial artist who ever lived. To many fans, Bruce Lee looked almost superhuman, like a man who could never be defeated. But the truth is, Bruce Lee was not invincible. He was not a myth. He was a real human being, and the most dangerous fight of his entire life was not against another opponent in a ring, and not against a challenger in a secret match. The greatest battle Bruce Lee ever faced was against something far more terrifying. A fight against his own limits, his own pain, and the fear of losing everything he had built. During the late 1960s, Bruce Lee was reaching the peak of his physical power. His speed was unmatched, his strength was growing, and his confidence was rising. He trained harder than anyone around him. Bruce didn't just practice martial arts for an hour or two like most people. He trained obsessively. He would spend hours every day drilling footwork, punching combinations, stretching his body beyond normal flexibility, lifting weights, running, sparring, and studying fighting styles from all over the world. Bruce Lee believed that the human body could be transformed into a weapon if the mind was strong enough. He often said that discipline was everything, and that the body must obey the will. But Bruce also had a dangerous habit. He never knew when to stop. He pushed himself past exhaustion, past pain, past the warnings that most people would listen to. And then, one day, something happened that changed his life forever. During an intense training session, Bruce suffered a severe back injury. The pain was sudden and shocking, like something tearing inside him. At first, he thought it was temporary, something he could fight through. But it wasn't. The injury became so serious that he could barely move. Doctors examined him and delivered words that felt like a death sentence to a man like Bruce Lee. They told him that the damage to his back was severe, and that he might never fully recover. They warned him that he could lose the ability to train, the way he once did. Some even suggested that Bruce might never fight again, and that normal movement could become difficult for the rest of his life. Imagine what that meant for Bruce Lee. His entire identity was built on movement, on speed, on physical expression. Martial arts wasn't just his career, it wasn't just a hobby. It was his life. And now, suddenly, he was forced into stillness. Bruce Lee, the man who lived through action, was confined to a bed. For months, he could not train, he could not kick. He could not spar. He could not do the thing that made him feel alive. The silence was unbearable. This was not a fight he could win with a punch or a kick. This was not an opponent he could outsmart with technique. This was life itself standing over him, asking a brutal question. Who are you if you cannot move? Many fighters would have broken in that moment. Many would have fallen into depression, anger, or defeat. Bruce Lee could have given up. He could have accepted the doctor's words and faded away. But Bruce Lee was not built that way. Even while lying in bed, unable to train, he refused to surrender. Instead of allowing the injury to destroy him, Bruce decided to transform the experience into something greater. He began to study more deeply than ever before. He read books, philosophy, psychology, combat theory, and human movement. He filled notebooks with thoughts and ideas. He analyzed fighting not as a sport, but as a truth of life. It was during this painful period that Bruce's mind evolved. He realized that true strength was not only physical. True power was mental. True mastery was spiritual. Bruce began shaping what would become Jeet Kune Do, not as a style, but as a philosophy of freedom. He understood that fighting was not about showing off, not about ego, and not about proving dominance. Fighting was about honesty, about simplicity, about being real. Bruce later reflected on this dark period as one of the most important moments of his life, because for the first time he was forced to confront himself without movement, without strength, without the comfort of being the fighter. He had to face fear. He had to face doubt. He had to face the possibility that his journey might end early. And yet, through that suffering, Bruce discovered something deeper. He once said, "Do not pray for an easy life. Pray for the strength to endure a difficult one." Those words became real in his own life. Slowly, through patience and willpower, Bruce began to recover. He returned to training, not the same reckless way as before, but with greater understanding. He came back stronger, not only in body but in mind. That injury did not defeat Bruce Lee, it forged him. It reminded him that the greatest enemy is not another man standing across from you. The greatest enemy is the voice inside your head that whispers fear, weakness, and surrender. Bruce Lee's most dangerous fight was never in a ring. It was in silence, it was in pain. It was in the moment when he had to decide whether to give up or rise again, and Bruce Lee rose. That is why his legacy is not just about martial arts. It is about resilience, it is about truth. It is about the unstoppable power of the human spirit. The hardest fight is not against someone else. The hardest fight is against yourself. And Bruce Lee won that fight. If you enjoyed this powerful Bruce Lee story and want more legendary fight stories, life lessons, and untold moments from the greatest martial artists of all time, then make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss the next incredible story.